Mercenary for Justice is, objectively, a brilliant movie with a lot working in its favour. I'm not just saying that as a foremost expert on Seagal and his brilliant career. I mean this as a professional idiot on YouTube talking nonsense. We've got an evil character who hams it up so much that Seagal thinks he's pork and actually wants to eat him.
Jeff, you got anything to eat for me?
He's hungry.
You prick.
He's hungry.
Huh? What do you got?
Paul?
Yeah, give me something right now. Give me cookies. Or some apple or something, anything, whatever.
I prefer apples. I shall give you the best. More specifically, Afrikaners. I understand your anger. I don't think that anyone really appreciates all that you do for them, especially your country.
You know, my father was pure Russian. You know, I love Russia. I love the country. I love Vladimir Putin.
There might even be something in it for you. Fucking yank. Excuse my language.
I'm Russian.
And
Lots of creepy close-ups and zooms on everyone, but especially Big Daddy Dandruff Dick, allowing us to see the Great One in full detail. No fat fold left unfilmed.
The motto, isn't it? Plus,
I had to mention this young lad who takes a moment to admire Blondie's knockers before his scenes are through. Well done, lad. That's the Seagal spirit. Anyway, enough of me talking.
you got a pretty mouth, boy.
What do you say we get this show on the road?
As I explained earlier, government CIA creep is trying to sound classy and evil, but it's actually what Stewie Griffin from Family Guy would be if he was a complete cock when he grew up.
And the only person capable of talking Mr. John Seagal into joining our little party. Peace.
Now before I show you any footage, I'll just play the audio and you tell me who you think they're talking about in this clip. Who could John Seagal possibly be?
John Seagal. The most decorated soldier in the first Gulf War.
Yes, the best at doing what he does.
Now, is John Seagal A. Superman, B. Steven Seagal, C. the greatest CIA, Special Ops, Black Ops, military, Army, Navy specialist to ever live, or D. all of the above? I'll give you time to leave your answer in the comments. Big Papa kept forgetting his character's name, so I assume they just called him Seagal because it sounds close to Seagal. Close enough that he'd respond.
Meanwhile,
Old blonde Jubblies over here survived a night of private auditions with Seagal, so I'm sure she could take out 2 armed military operatives. In fairness, they do look like total morons. A blonde woman parks her BMW, strolls up and throws her bag on the floor. Appropriate reaction, lads. Well trained.
Yank.
She sends him into the afterlife with some great choreography and acting before calling in 2 fancy boys with pretty hair to come and do bad stuff. Kidnapping some diplomatic French dude or something.
Guys, we're all clear.
All of the security guards came from Timu and have matchsticks for necks and are taken out with no effort. At all. Frenchie sticks to his arrogant stereotype of playing the "Do you know who I am" card.
I'm the French ambassador.
I know who the fuck you are.
Meanwhile, back on the battlefield, this lady asks a question of the general but gets ignored because he obviously prefers brunettes over blondes and digs her sassy attitude.
Who the hell are you with? Looks like I'm with the Mercenaries.
We are 15 minutes into the movie, and the very first thing out of Sensei's mouth, and I do mean literally the very first thing he says, isn't even his voice. Whatever he said was so shit they had to change it in post-production editing.
Get head office on the secure line.
Where's Kruger and his men?
Get head office on the secure line.
Where's Kruger and his men?
I am pleased to see Chalky White survive Boardwalk Empire and join Big Papa's platoon of panty snatchers,
why should we to work with a slapstick like that anyway?
but we have more pressing issues to cover. Like the fact that someone's been slipping roofies into the drinks on set and having his way with the females.
Somebody f***ed us.
This is difficult for me to say.
It's gonna get hard.
The lady with the resting bitch face opposes the big man's love affair with,
Vladimir Putin.
but you gotta go with whoever pays your bills.
Who do you think we're working for?
The framing of this guy in this shot tells me he's about to end up looking like Swiss cheese, and in his final moments, he spends it with Seagal, who definitely says these words and was not dubbed in later using some other bloke's voice.
You hang on, son. I'm gonna get you on that chopper. Get head office on the secure line.
The French ambassador's family gets blown to smithereens by the dreamy blue-eyed mercenary for no apparent reason, so the whole opening was completely pointless. They evacuate onto a helicopter, but not without their casualties, and not without Big Papa Poontang planning to take the souls of these two for actually being everything he wants to be, in shape and with their original hair.
I ought to f***ing kill you right now, boy.
But then Seagal hears the ice cream truck rolling by and gets his priorities in order.
Yeah, maybe not right now.
Now Big Daddy cops a lot of flack for his lack of athleticism, but to all the haters, suck it. Look at this sequence. Definitely him. Okay, that's probably not him. Or that. But I'm confident those first few waddles were absolutely him. Fast forward back to the United States, and Big Daddy Diapers decides to sniff around this woman for no given reason, but I can think of two pretty impressive things that may interest him.
Boobies, boobies, boobies.
And judging by Seagal's eyes, he is ready for his feeding session.
Few inches later.
Perhaps it's just me, but having his giant sausage fingers stroking her shoulder is pretty creepy and inappropriate, especially when coupled with his crazy eyes that scream.
Yeah, now you owe me some good pussy.
Big Papa Pimp Daddy steps in and tells the widow that he owns that ass and those two lovely life floaties, whether she likes it or not. And I bet she loves it.
I'm gonna look after you and the baby now.
He then most certainly jumps all these fences himself, before then going on to kill a couple of blokes that, for all he knows, could just be waiting to pick up their kids from a friend's house. Or jerking each other off in their car.
Richie!
Luke Goss calls Seagal to brag about how, even without fake hair attached to his head, he's far more charismatic and thin than Seagal would ever be. Also, he pegged Seagal at some point. There's that also.
You know what? You fucked us, and I'm not getting over that. The harder you come, the harder he's coming back.
They come to an agreement and will meet for an intimate nude oil wrestling match.
You wanted a one-on-one. Oh, I'm coming. Believe me, I'm coming. I'm coming hard.
Angry, annoying Hottie has been holding this deep inside and finally confronts Big Papa about something she's been yearning to say.
The only reason I took this job was so I could look you in the eye and tell you.
Hi, Stephen, you're a very attractive man and a little bit of a heartthrob as well. Have you always found it so easy to attract the ladies?
Seagal gets propositioned by the creepy cuck on behalf of some wealthy Arab dudes, but even Sensei has a limit. Probably pee and poo stuff.
I'm not interested. My employer's money has no idea what that concept means, Sean.
Seagal changes his mind once he sees the titties are taken hostage and realizes he may never get a squeeze if he doesn't do something.
We need your help.
We being her Jubblies.
Hundreds and fifties, big ass titties.
I do have to say there is an absurd amount of confusing dialogue in this movie. Is English not their first language?
How much time do I have? You have all the time in the world, as long as you do it within 4 days.
Nigga, what?
Colonel Roland, when do you strike?
They have nowhere to go.
Once again, to those saying he doesn't do his own stunts,
Bing,
he just turned around.
bang,
And back again. All by himself.
boom.
It was rough, but he did it. This weird line is also in the movie. Not sure if they're hinting at something.
Sorry, have we met before?
Oh, we partied on the same island once.
What?
Look at the swagger on this handsome beast as he waddles down the street, looking svelte and portly at the same time as only he can do.
Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle.
Seagal tells Pretty Boy here that he's nothing but a Michael Dudikoff wannabe, and that right royally pisses him off.
You wanna dance, motherfucker?
He makes two crucial mistakes. Firstly, and unfortunately for him, he decided to attack Seagal while he was seated.
You obviously do not know who you are with.
I think it's much better if we act like professional soldiers.
Not only that, he tried to make Seagal stand up. Stop him from sitting. Are you mad, mate?
Get up. Get up!
Luke Goss reassures this guy that Seagal can in fact help their career with this movie, but the South African fella is not convinced.
Impossible.
Impossible. Maybe.
But first, the Hollywood movie gods require someone to take a shit into the director's mouth, and only one man was born for that role.
Who's going to do it? I'll do it.
He even gives us the name of the man who's going to swallow his poop. Dedication.
You know, this time it's different. His name is Eddie, and I made him a promise.
Out of nowhere, Seagal randomly confides in this bald guy about his, inability to stand to attention when needed.
Afterwards, it would be hard. See, with me, it's never hard.
Quickly!
On a somewhat related note, this lady is asking a whole lot of questions that I don't think she wants the answer to. All can be answered with just one phrase. 2 girls and 1 cup.
Where are we going?
It's a surprise.
Why did you have me dress up like this?
Evil Mexican-looking Mike from Breaking Bad wants to hurt Big Daddy, but not before being a big meanie to him and calling him names.
Yeah, that's it for you, poop hole, poop hole.
Poop hole.
Poop hole.
Poop hole. Proof this movie was written by a 5-year-old or a mongoloid. Or both.
An imbecile, like the dumbest motherfucker that ever lived.
Lots of dangerous slaps, including this one directly into the air. At least he stopped assaulting stuntmen, or calmed down it seems. My bet is that he just got tired from standing.
Damn, that's a lot of work.
I then hear some words that make me feel so warm and tingly inside, and down below.
Good dance.
We've all seen Big Papa cut it up with native dancing, but what about a romantic sway and jig? You betcha. Short, but tantalizing nonetheless.
2 hours later.
Seagal gets caught up with the fat in his throat as he tries to mumble out some dialogue. Tigers, mice, eagles, something or other.
Tigers and mouse, what's happening to Bihar? Eagle, any activities to target?
So far as I can tell, Sensei Short Round is being blackmailed into busting out some drug dealer's son from prison somewhere. Chalky and Seagal double-cross Dudikoff and his ninja rip-offs, who casually stroll into what is essentially a kill box because they're professional mercenaries.
It's a setup, let's get the fuck out of here!
Sensei strolls into a bank and comes across an arrogant fool who doesn't realize Seagal gets free cookies upon entry. 1 for each chin.
I haven't heard a thing.
We'll check with your supervisor, I'm sure you will.
Just give him the cookies, mate. It's easier on everyone.
Okay, Stanley, we can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Angry lady walks into an empty, isolated room alone with Seagal and utters these words.
This is gonna be fun.
Oh, lady, have you learned nothing from the women before you? I love how the news report of the jailbreak attempt from earlier just happens to have the exact same footage as the movie itself. Not security camera footage, the movie footage. Coincidence? Big Daddy in the vault playing with money and decides to give someone some much-deserved cash.
There's just one less person that deserves to be rich.
This bloke. The man thought to have invented hair transplants and grafts. We salute you, Dr. Norman. Sensei then catches a glimpse of his own face in the mirror and responds like any other person would coming face to face with him.
Asshole alert.
He assaults and kills a bunch of innocent security workers and police officers because, remember, he's the protagonist of the movie. The good guy. They escape, despite the fact the entire police force is on the scene, and stroll out casually with not even a whimper. But I do wonder if this lady is regretting her words from earlier.
This is gonna be fun.
Later.
Wait a minute now, we got unfinished business. You know what, don't uncover her.
Even after some handcuff nookie, Sensei hasn't forgotten about the giant jugs awaiting him. You know, the wife and kid he barely knows, but for some reason are his adopted family now.
I'm gonna look after you and the baby now.
The movie may almost be over, but the shittiness isn't. Somehow, they spot this guy with a gun, all the way up there.
Gun!
But when the camera pans up, he's no longer there. But in the previous shot and following shot, he is there.
Magic.
Seagal breaks out the jugs and the kid and potentially scars him for life by slashing this man's throat and then kicking the body over so he can see it. Creepy dude gets his comeuppance because, well, Seagal is the detonator and everything is tied nicely with a bow.
You just tell me you let that milquetoast pussy get away?
The movie finishes with some weird montage and Seagal's stunt double doing the final scene Seagal could not be doing, walking slowly.
Asshole alert.
Alright legends, until next time, be careful when locked in a vault with strange-haired men. Definitely don't try and attack Seagal while he's seated, but above all, stay awesome. Peace, legends.
Sunshine bright in the sky, and I'm free when I close my eyes. Help me wash away my sorrow.